Sup everyone, this is Woken Airplay here. Tonight's topic that I'm going to be talking about is the difference between Onlyfans sex workers and blue collar workers. This is a video about dirty money versus clean money. Subscribe to my channel, like the video, share the video. Let me know what you think. All is welcome and God bless. Oh boy. There's a lot that I want to talk about, a lot that I want to discuss about this topic, and whoever wants to choose to argue with me knows they're guilty and knows they're wrong in the first place. I come to notice certain things that people talk about today. They're afraid to talk about it because they're afraid of being accused of judging other people, being overlooked, losing their job, and for the most part, being falsely accused of an accusation that may lead them into prison. It may ruin their life. They may lose their apartment, their home, their family. All these things can happen just because you didn't mind your business. I'm just speaking from the real world's perspective. And the reason why I'm bringing up this topic is I've noticed there's a lot of OnlyFans sex workers, and the reason why I'm calling them sex workers is because there's a lot of horny men that are desperately feeding off of their flesh, off of what other women are showing online. And I never ever will have the ounce of thought to even make an OnlyFans account just so I can follow another woman. I'm already celibate in the position that I'm at in my current relationship. Why throw your family and everything else away? Your job, your reputation, just for things like this? A lot of people seems to think it's okay for a lot of women to be on this type of platform, but they don't realize the long-term effects and damage it will do to them in the long run. They think it won't damage them eternally, but based off their character, it will to the eyes of the world. It's tainted. It's disgusting. People will lose respect for you when they find out that your coworker, your girlfriend, wife, you could even be an ex or a baby mom. People will lose respect for them when they find out that they're an OnlyFans sex worker, aka the virtual version of prostitution. This is what OnlyFans has been known for now. I never even heard of OnlyFans. From what I've heard from it, other than the sex part, right? Because we all know today on the YouTube sector and on the internet, OnlyFans has been damaged and tainted because of whorish-minded women. Women who has no sense of remorse. They don't care about their bodies being exposed to the internet because whatever stays online on the internet is going to stay online forever. They don't care if millions and millions and millions of men is jacking off to their photos, feeding their flesh, showing their naked bodies, their half-naked pics to other men, being horny, hanging up their photos on their walls of worshiping the woman's skin and the ground that they walk on. And then a lot of people gets a hit off of that and they're not happy. Remember what recently happened with that one celebrity that many people forgotten about? Bella Thorne? She made over $1 million off of OnlyFans. She made over $1 million off of OnlyFans by promising men a nude pic. These are pictures that could be found on the internet 10 years ago, 5 years ago, photoshopped, fake. This is pathetic. And the reason why I put dirty money versus clean money is the fact that with blue-collar workers, I'm going to also bring white-collar workers into this perspective, right? But I'm going to focus on the blue-collar workers in this video. Blue-collar workers may be a lot of physical labor, which involve heavy lifting, etc., right? At least they're feeling what it's like to do a job and work hard to earn their money for a living. Majority of women you see today, you won't find doing general labor that involves a lot of physical demands and hard work. You won't find many women in the workforce, and if they are, they'll mainly be on the side, they'll mainly be observing, managing the men, or they'll just be in the office with a nice AC room, sitting back and relaxing and doing paperwork. Why is that? Because majority of women knows this is the case, that general labor is not their thing, because at the end of the day, biologically speaking, men and women are different in the physical department. Men are built stronger, while women are built weaker. But it's possible for women to still be able to do physical, demanding jobs. I've worked in occasionally a few physical demanding jobs, and there were women that were doing the job. Their hands was dirty just like the men. It's not an excuse to not work your behind off like everybody else. There's a lot of people that are very, very, very entitled, like the sex workers on OnlyFans, and I'm going to call them that. You're basically a virtual reality prostitute, or you're an internet prostitute. That's basically what they are. OnlyFans sex workers are internet prostitutes. That's how I'm going to see them. That's what they're going to be. You could shake your behind, you could flash your chest, you could do all that. You're going to be viewed as an internet prostitute. You're like the virtual form of a prostitute online. It's basically the modern day prostitution without the physical touch. You're just looking at it. That's basically what it is. And then there's comments that I see on many videos where people are saying, like, porn is free. You could just look at images online for free. You don't have to pay a penny. But it gives a lot of men a kick from that, to think that they're in a relationship with a lot of these women. And that goes to show you a lot of men's priorities are shifted backwards. They're shifted backwards. We're in a crisis. For peak's sake, man. No sign of hope, no sign of anything getting better. China recently had cases going back up on the coronavirus. This is on the news. People don't believe me? Look it up. Cases are still increasing in the U.S. No sign of hope there still. People are making rumors about the second wave, a second quarantine. This could really happen. I won't be shocked. It's only a matter of time if you know that you're preparing yourself for the worst. And a lot of women are not doing that. People like them is the reason why there's a lot of entitlement and selfish people in the U.S. A lot of these OnlyFans sex workers were complaining about Bill of Thorne, saying that they're robbing of their money and everything. Well, you're not doing a dang thing to work as hard as a blue-collar worker. There's white-collar workers that work hard as well. They're putting their time and mind into the job that they do. They don't just do it for free. They're not exposing their body, their flesh, to feed other people. No. It's pathetic. This is sad. It's shameful. Fellas, ladies, if you had children, right, and they told you that their career was being an online webcam model or aka prostitute online, right? Is this prostitution? But you're not physically having sex with the person. You're just basically showing your body, your naked flesh, that is supposed to be saved for your partner, hand in marriage, right? But society has thrown that out the window. They're not going to be talking about that. They're not going to. And I'm going to save that topic for another video. The point is, people does not have respect for women that does this type of lifestyle and think it's all good and it's okay. Because at the end of the day, many people will tell the truth that they feel more fulfilled doing an actual job than a job that you just show your body and do certain provocative stuff and that's it. There's a woman that's making over $50,000, $60,000 off of Onlyfans, off of desperate, horny men, and we're in a crisis, and people think this is normal. At the end of the day, how did you earn that money does matter. You are not going to be happy at the end result. And if you are, then you're very shallow and you really are blinded by the love of money. The value of money is limited. Just like the value of God is on a high level. That value of money should be taken lightly. And most people now does not know how to have more respect for themselves, to know for the fact that they could do better than this. How could you explain to your friends, your family, anything can happen? They're not thinking long term. They're not thinking about their reputations. At least with blue collar workers, they're working their behind off. They're working hard. They're actually earning the money that they worked hard for. And they feel a sense of remorse and feeling excited and happy and achieved. Just like white collar workers, just like a college graduate, it just could be for anybody. Because you actually put in the work to achieve the things that you worked for. That is actual work. Now, the modern day work could be being a video gamer, YouTuber. I understand that. Work is work. You can still make money like that, right? But if the work you're putting in has no value, then it's meaningless. What is the value of being an OnlyFans whore, or the modern day thought of what they call it? What is the value in that from the money that you're earning from desperate, horny men, even men that are stalkers, who could find your photo, who could keep that photo, and probably kill you? Anything like this can happen. I won't be surprised if there's cases that increase in the future where OnlyFans model or OnlyFans prostitute gets killed, OnlyFans model gets stalked, OnlyFans model gets blackmailed, loses job. I'm not going to be shocked if all this happened. Whatever you do, that's on you. For people who knows what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. I have more respect for actual blue-collar workers because they're the reasons our toilet is working. They're the reasons our light is working right now. They're the reason these buildings and houses are made. I have much more respect for them than a prostitute. STDs could be involved, but let me just take a step back. OnlyFans, sex workers, is the reason why more men are losing a lot of respect for a lot of women. They're going MGTOW, They're going SYSBM. They're just going MGTOW Monk. Most of them just doesn't want nothing to do with them at all. But how can you save yourself from people like this? But then some guys are sitting there being a hypocrite and wasting their money. Wasting as much as $100, $200, even over $1,000 on OnlyFans when they get nothing back in return. Empty companionship, empty promises, empty commitment, empty everything. You might as well use that time and money that you wasted and invest that on stocking up food, stocking up stuff for your bills, stocking up storage, stocking up things during this crisis, because a second wave can happen at any moment. God forbid. I don't want the worst for anyone. I want the best for everyone. People, at the end of the day, now in this generation that are very young-minded, are disrespecting a lot of blue-collar workers because of the image that they give off. But then they're no better when they tell their parents and their family out of guilt that I am an OnlyFans sex worker. There was even a girl who has a father who's a pastor. Come to find out, people exposed of her for having an OnlyFans account and producing sexual content on nudes, videos, things like that. 18 and up. Alright? We already know where that's going. Her dad found out. I think she got into trouble and she was pissed off with the guy who blackmailed her. But this is what happened. You can't get mad or angry if you're sharing your videos and photos to the world and you don't know what the men are doing with it. You're only thinking about the money. You're blinded by the money. When you know in reality the long-term consequences that actually happen to you in the process, that's when it only wants to hit them. So there's a lot of people that will only learn until something majorly bad happens to them, and until something wakes them up. They smell the coffee. This is reality. This is the real world. The world is not fair. This is real life we're talking about. This is real life. Shout out to all the other brothers who's in the white collar field, who's working in the offices, the banks, men who are working hard, doing labor jobs, men who are typing, who are in the IT tech field, the nursing field. I shout out to all of you. Because at least you're putting your foot in the door. You're using your mindset. You actually have value that you're bringing to the table instead of an OnlyFans sex worker that has no mindset, that are lazy. They want to take the easy way out and feel entitled to the money that they make from these desperate, horny men. You're taking advantage of these type of people. You know, a lot of men are lonely. You already know a lot of men doesn't know any better, and you know that a lot of men are very depressed, and they're taking advantage of this by tricking off of them and getting dirty money. The money's dirty because you subconsciously don't know any better, and you don't know for the fact that it will come in all shapes and sizes of many consequences, long-term things that can happen to anyone. People may tell me that, oh, it's never happened to me, it never happened to my friend, nothing ever happened to my mom. Can your son have full respect for you if he found out that you were an OnlyFans sex worker? Why so many women also hides the fact that they have an OnlyFans account is beyond me. And you know why I just said that? Is because they know it's wrong to have an OnlyFans account because of the reputation that damaged them. It damaged a lot of other women. So anyone that thinks of OnlyFans thinks of sex worker, webcam model. That's what people are going to think. Oh, you send nudes. You play pretend boyfriend and girlfriend. It's sad. People are actually paying for this. People are really paying for this. I've had to work hard for the money that I make and know that I'm fulfilled and I'm happy with it, and I'm actually doing the right thing with the money, and I'm actually doing something important to earn that money that I have. Not being a whore behind the camera and thinking that I'm okay. Thinking that I'm all good. This is the reason why a lot of men in this YouTube sector doesn't even respect a lot of women who are in the Onlyfans business. They don't. And the more that this continues, the more a lot of men is not going to even respect a lot of women. There's a lot of men that don't even respect women, period, at all. There's men out there that exist that has this type of mindset, and that's a dangerous mindset to have. Look at Ted Bundy. Look at all the serial killers that killed a lot of women. They had no respect for them. And most of them grew up in single parent households. People don't want to talk about that because the truth hurts. It does, seriously. I have no respect for women who has an OnlyFans account and they're promoting sexual content. No respect. You're not contributing nothing to the society. You're also part of the problem on why simps are being simps. You're the reason why that most people would even shamefully throw you guys under the bus like you're nothing once they're done with you. And that's it. That's it. I want to achieve my goals the right way. And being a big, huge believer of God, I'm going to follow that. People could talk crap about me, judge me, think that I'm talking high and mighty, that I think I'm better. No, I don't think I'm better than anybody. I have my own flaws. But I already know that the right thing to do is the things that won't lead me to think about long-term consequences and not be blinded by the money. It's very sad how people will do anything, hop on the bandwagon, follow trends, just so they could get the money. Just so they could have money. It's all about the money. If the value of cash or money decreases in the future, especially being in this national crisis, and the U.S. owes over trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars in debt, what do you think will happen when the Fendi bags that a lot of these women wasted their money on, these Gucci's, these flip-flop sandals, weaves, whatever they waste their money on, what do you think will happen? Men are the one that's keeping this country at bay right now. People should be thankful for that case. And God could have got rid of this world a long time ago. As I said, I have no respect for OnlyFans workers who are in the sex business. All the other prostitutes out there who's involving themselves in OnlyFans, I have no respect for you as well, because look, you're one of the reasons why STDs exist. And it's actually increasing. And there's over 1 million cases of STDs every year. So what makes it better that you're contributing to this and thinking that you're helping people out when you're only helping yourself? How are you helping society? How are you making this out of a career and you're proud to tell other people that I'm an OnlyFans sex worker? How is that something to be proud of? I don't understand. That is nothing to be proud of. Nothing achievable about it. Nothing. At least the cops, at least firefighters, at least people who are in the marketing business, who are in labor, who are working hard, people who are fast food workers, they're actually busting their behind and making a living out of the money that they're earning just to get by. Not contributing to nothing and being lazy and thinking that it's okay. That's the difference between dirty money and clean money. With clean money, you actually earned it the correct way. Dirty money could be by earning by drugs, doing illegal things, but how the modern prostitution is online, taxes are being taken from this. So that tells me that if prostitution was legal, the government will be the one in control of that, just because of tax property. So the government would own the prostitution business if it physically took off in all the United States of America. It would be only about money in the process, if it was to be accepted or not. This is Woken Up here. Peace out, guys. Let me know what you think.